Hey, what up guys? It's been a while. Kevin, the model refugee. I actually worked out some of I'm doing manual focus right now, so hopefully I look a little better. Just finished working 56 hours at the pharmacy within 5 days. Pretty proud of that. Did a lot of hustling, had to deal with a lot of problems and stuff. And you're like, okay, Kevin, why did you decide to work so many damn hours in such a little time? Remember a while ago where I met up with Sarah? During that time, I realized that things aren't moving as quickly as I want. With refugee hustle and my personal life, and there's a lot of things, and I don't think it's necessarily knowledge, because have you seen my fucking bookcase? It's like fucking stacked high and shit. So I have all the knowledge, I've bought in a lot of courses, and man, I'm just like, fuck Kevin, why am I not moving as quickly as possible? Why is my course not out yet? It just feels like I'm self-sabotaging myself, right? And as I was talking to Sarah, we were talking about a lot of our childhood trauma. And for y'all that don't know, recently I was watching a JK News article about this household that was like abusing their kids and stuff. Not necessarily physically, but emotional trauma. And I definitely relate to this because growing up, it was a lot of you guys don't know this, but me and my dad, we never really got along. And I felt like for most of my life, growing up, he didn't want to be a dad. And, you know, I can't really blame my dad because my grandfather, he died at when my dad was 7, so he never really had a dad to show him around. And I know that trauma really traumatized him. And not only is that emotionally impactful for my dad, but also affected my dad like money wise too. He always had to hustle, work at a young age. So I think that's actually one of the reasons why I have a strong work ethic. But anyways, back to my point. Growing up, it was really hard living with my dad. Every little thing I would get yelled at. So, you know, it really sucked because day after day, I would just be there just feeling like a constant fuck up. And this was all the way from whenever I can remember till I was like 18, 19. Even like right before I got into pharmacy school, I always felt like I was a constant fuck up, dude. And whether it was just really something minor, like maybe I dropped something by accident, right? I would just get yelled at for like freaking hours on end. Even though I wasn't abused physically, well, I think every Asian kid gets hit at least once in their life, honestly. But even if it wasn't necessarily physically abuse, emotional abuse really comes out in different ways. For example, I can't break myself out of the habit of not giving a fuck because I'm always scared of judgment in some sort of way. That 4-year-old kid mindset is taking present in my 29-year-old body now, you know, and it's just automatic and I can't break out of it. It's really frustrating, you know. There's these certain moments in my life which pop up, like, so in high school I really hustled my ass off, took 10, 11 APs. I just tried my best, you know. And I just remember at the end of the road, graduation time, who shows up? Just my mom. And you know, I feel like I should have been more grateful that my mom was there at that moment. But at that moment, I was too disappointed, and I kept on thinking like, man, this really sucks. Like, out of my whole family, like, why do I want to work so damn hard if no one's going to appreciate it at the end of the day? And I put myself through hell, like, trying to be something, you know. And here I was, like, on the stage. Everybody else is with their family, and I'm just literally with my mom. I only take like a few pictures with her, and I just chill with my friends after. But you know, that's one thing I'm always grateful for. I'm very grateful for my mom because she's always been a ride or die type of person. And it's one of the reasons why, like, for my brother's graduation, I always made sure I was there, you know, because I always remembered like how traumatic that thing was. And it's sort of the same thing that I carry into going into 29, you know. And so yeah, there's that. And then during that same time, I was dating this girl that cheated on me, this girl that didn't do shit with her life. And these girls were just treating me like shit. I was like, fuck this, man. Like, there came a certain point in my life where I was just so sick of it. And then I started reading pickup books, and then somehow I had some sort of confidence again, right? It was really crazy. And like overnight, I transformed my life, right? And then like the girl of my dreams like literally broke up with me via USB drive. There was a breakup letter on this USB. Probably still have it somewhere. But that was a very traumatizing experience too, because, you know, I put in a lot, and to throw in so much and just be left with nothing again, it's a really shitty feeling. Like all that hard work went to nothing. And then I dated another girl after that who also like out of nowhere broke up with me. So it made me really scared of commitment. Even giving a certain time or just being like, I'll be there, really fucked with my head. And the only time when I really felt really good was during that PUA time, when I was doing pickup artist stuff, and when I had a life coach after pharmacy school, because during that same time, it was always this consistent cycle of going ham on something, like whether it was pharmacy, and coming out disappointed, you know. And I just feel like with refugee hustle and like breaking out of pharmacy, like I really want it, right? I'm willing to put in the work, but something in here is sort of holding me back, and I sort of need to work throughout those things. So anyways, Sarah like turned me on to this choice program or whatever, and I was reading reviews. Like I put down a deposit because I see Sarah, he is a logical guy. It changed his life so much, you know. I was like, cool. So I just like, you know what, I'm always down for investing. I would tell myself I wouldn't be cheap this year, so I just went ham on it. It was like 2,400 or something like that. But if it's 2,400, it's going to change your life, the way you feel, the way you can talk to people. It's crazy, you know. Why not do it, right? But then I was reading all these reviews, like it's a cult and shit. My homies are like, oh man, did you hear about Sarah? Like he joined a cult. And I'm like, fuck man, I don't wanna. Like me already being very self-conscious and stuff, like I'm just like, fuck. But, you know, so then I hit up my old life coach, and I was like, dude, should I drink the Kool-Aid, man? It's only 2,700, but more, or 2,400, but more than that, I'm a lot more scared about having my mind hijacked. I don't want to be joining no fucking cult. I think at the end of the day, no one wants to be joining a fucking cult. I was like, shoot me if it's like a multi-level marketing thing, I'm gonna be fucking pissed. And please shoot me if I ever try to enroll anyone, because y'all know how I feel about multi-level marketing. But anyways, my life coach was telling me, like my former life coach was telling me, like, hey, you know what? I've worked with you for quite a while, and you're not that type to just like join a cult and shit. He was like, you know what, it might be good for you. You might be able to learn a few things. I was like, fine, I'll do it. So this weekend I'm actually headed to Vegas with Sarah and his friends, or Sarah's friends, and I'm just gonna try to experience it, man. And sometimes we make so many judgments about something before actually going into it. So this is the part I haven't told you, because everybody on YouTube wants to show their best side, right? But here I am, like in K-Town. What have I been doing with my extra time? I've just been sleeping, and I haven't been wanting to work out, but I do it anyways. And it sucks. It feels like I'm always tired, and when I see these symptoms, I'm like, shit, maybe I'm borderline depressed, man. Need some SSRIs in this bitch, you know? I don't know if it's been because I've just been exhausted or what, but I think it's a little of everything in my life, because if you meet people along the way during your entrepreneur journey or whatever, or when you're trying to start up something or leave a 9-to-5 type of thing, it's very lonely, because not everybody wants to do this sort of thing, and it's very hard already. Like, I'm trying to change that. I'm trying to bring people who like to hustle like me together, so we don't have to feel like this loneliness and stuff. But in order for me to get there, I need to clear a lot of the demons in my head. And so I think after this weekend, I'm also gonna start investing into a life coach again, because I want that feeling of boss every single week. I don't want to, you know, like, I realize that the importance of coaching, it's so important to have someone by your side there. And a lot of you guys are like but I have my friends. And I'll tell you this, I have a lot of friends, and I'll tell you this. My coach, he's always saying like, hey Kevin, let your friends be your friends and let me be your coach. And for me, that took so much of a burden off my friends because I could focus more on them, you know what I mean? And just talk to them and have more, you know, like, I didn't want to burden them with all my problems. And I think that sometimes as a good friendship, like, you know, that person who's that Debbie Downer, always complaining, always depressed. Well, I didn't want to be that type of person, and it takes such a burden off your friends. So those are some of the thoughts that are going through my head. Honestly, I don't think I'm depressed. I think I have a great life. I practice gratitude every single day. I'm so grateful. Very spiritual for some reason. I don't know. I never would have guessed like in 29 years I would be like a spiritual hippie type of person, but I sort of am. Part of me is feeling like I'm very scared to just like go through this experience because I don't know what it'll do to my mind. But at the end of the day, I have good people supporting me, and I'm excited to be hyped up again and be like myself. Just create really cool content that's gonna change the world, man. And I don't mean like change the world like in a hippie way, but I really want to create cool, relatable, down to earth type of content, you know, because so much in the self-help world. This motherfucker, Tony Robbins, like sometimes he just talks like up here. Sometimes I'm like, oh fuck, man. There's certain self-help gurus who always like up here, and you don't know what the fuck they're talking about, or they're talking and you're like, man, this is a lot of bullshit, man. And so I don't want to be one of those people, man. So I just want to just give real ass advice to real people, man. Real, recognize real. I'm gonna get going to the gym because I'm looking kind of flabby. Let me know, are any of you guys going through these similar thoughts or anything like that? Let me know in the comments. As always, like, comment, subscribe. And you know, this video was actually more for me than for you guys this time, just because, you know, sometimes in our life we just need to document when we're catching L's and when we're not feeling so great. So hopefully in a year, by the end of this year, I can look back and be like, oh shit, Kevin, you're going through some L's, and that was just a small setback, man. And this was, hopefully I can say this was the best decision of my life. But I'll let you guys know. I'll keep it real. Anyways, guys, worst case scenario, I'll just see Race Sermon on Sunday. Anyways, guys, thank you for watching. I'll see you guys later. Bam!